Okay. Are we, are we live? Let me... Yeah, we're live. Oh shit, I thought I was already following Nano. Mm, sorry, that's... I need to... Are you serious? I didn't update my fucking information. This is... Stream manager. Edit stream information. I am not doing this right now. Stream manager. Okay. This is going to be a very difficult stream for me. Okay, just... Alright. So, this is a very impromptu stream. This was not planned. I was going to do a stream, you know, later today and then edit it for not next week, because next week's video is already scheduled, but week after that, so I could give myself a little bit more time to edit. But, um, something happened. As evidence that, I'm on Twitter, for obviously. So obviously something happened. Um, and I'm gonna try and keep myself from crying. Because this... Fuck, this is gonna be hard. This video will be going up on YouTube today. After I'm done here. I'm not even going to edit it so you can see me closing out OBS or throwing my model up here. This is just going to be a straight to YouTube right after the stream. Because I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this. I'm going to be able to listen to all this again. So, this is Nanoless. Nanoless is a, she's a model artist. One I was hoping one day to commission for my custom model when I move away from reality. Um, she's also the model artist of probably of the one of the VTubers who inspired me. And, um, is, assuming all of this is true, she might not be my favorite anymore. Um, so I was watching YouTube when I came across a video called, Cottontail, yeah, something about Cotton and a drama situation with Cinder. Like, Cottontail commenting on it. Let me see if I yeah, you can see the next video is already um yeah. Let me get off of that. This is my other channel, but I'm not um going to on that. You know, it says she's live, or she's going to be in a couple days. Okay. So this one. Cotton addressing the Cinder Twitter drama situation. Is this video right here. And that she said, go check out Nanolith's and Bow's Twitters. So I did. First, I saw Cinder's. Cinder's tweet popped up before I got to Nano. Um, did I bookmark? I think it's in bookmark or like. Nope. Um, no, okay. So let's. Okay. Let's see this, because I just saw this. To all the Pyropups. I said something before I left as a mod. I told you all, y'all are Pyropups, and like fire, we glow bright together. That's still true, and still corny. Pyropups aren't just Cinder's mascot, they're a group of people, blah blah blah. I can understand, to an extent, how y'all feel, but don't feel as of times right. That is true. Um, so let's go on to Cinder's, yeah, here we go. This tweet right here. This is what I first saw. Effective immediately, Redacted will no longer be managing or overseeing my VTuber activities. He no longer represents me as a creator, my brand, or my intentions. I'm sorry, everyone, and I will make a response when I'm able. And let's just say the comments aren't exactly happy. No worries, Purple Guy. This is gonna be going straight to YouTube after this, so. Um, you can see people are not exactly taking this happily. And when I read to you, what, Nano and Bow's side of the story, um, I can understand completely why. So, I'm just going to read this. I've, wasted enough time. Uh, this is, Nanolith's document. Um, yeah. Sorry, this is kind of painful. Introduction and notes. I wanted to share my experience with Cinder and Red manipulating me. using me, and dragging me into drama while sabotaging, slandering, and spreading lies about people I thought were her closest friends. Not only do I no longer wish to work with Cinder, but I want to share what I've endured over the years and shed light on what she has been doing behind people's backs to protect artists and friends that may be experiencing something similar. Um, so not too much to go over right there, just explaining what this document's about. I struggled a lot with it writing this document and wasn't sure if what I had felt and experienced working was real or just burnout. But I think this proves that I was lied to and manipulated it over the course of the years while working with Cinder. This hurts. Like, physically, this hurts to read. If you guys know me, I'm a pretty big Cinder fan. I have one of her waifu cups. I have her sticker on the very laptop that I am recording this on. And she's the first person I've ever bought any, gamer subs, related thing for. There's only two other YouTubers that I've bought merch for. Making Cinder, including Cinder, it's three. Three YouTubers I have ever bought merch for. One of them, Markiplier. I bought Markiplier's Darkiplier U2s. Nothing problematic with Mark. However, the first one that I ever bought merch for, someone you may have heard of, year or two ago, Illuminati, Blair. She was the first person I actually ever purchased merch for, with her Casper Longboy plush for her dog, and a candle from her shop, Nox and Vesta. Um, and I'm getting flashbacks to the Illuminati situation. That is not a good thing. Um, uh, no, based on working with Redacted, Cinder's manager, and Cinder over the years, I am sure that they speak for each other, and there's no reason to believe Red was acting without Cinder's consent or knowledge. Whenever I use they or them, it refers to both them acting as a team. I agree with Nano here. There is no possible way Cinder was a completely innocent bystander in this. I hope like hell she is. My response to this is that I hope like hell Cinder was just, an innocent bystander. But I know she can't have been just an innocent bystander. Um, but let's keep reading. Oh, hey, and the screenshots actually show up this time. When I was reading this on my phone before I started the stream, the screenshots did not actually pull up. But at the moment, it doesn't seem like I'm missing too much because they showed up in bows. So, anyway, English may not be my first language, and the uh, English English not being my first language, apparently it isn't mine either. And the language barrier. I discussed the situation and my feelings with the thoughts with native English speakers, who helped me put them into words so everything is clear without any misunderstandings due to lack of English skills. Yeah, hi, Dark Wolf Angel. Yeah, I, yeah, I remember you using her Pyro Pup emote in one of my streams, I think. So, you and me both are big fans of her. And this hurts like hell. Um, note for the people watching this on YouTube, this is not going to be edited. This is just pure. So if you're gonna watch, see chat, you're just gonna have to look on the thing. Sorry, I'm kind of stalling because, well, I have read it, myself, just like 30 minutes ago. It hurts to read and to say out loud. And I'm not doing this because, like, wanting to be a commentary channel or anything. Like, no, this. I'm only reacting, or not really reacting. I'm only doing this because Cinder is part of the reason I wanted to become a VTuber. She she was a big inspiration. One of my hopes when I actually get Patchwork's model, like the custom model, not the reality model, like an actual custom model of her, was originally to have um Cinder's flame on her jacket. I wanted to have little mementos to YouTuber or VTubers that inspired me. Like Fillian's hair clips. Bao's Bauble Buddy. One of Numi's horns. And a flame from Cinder. Initially, I was actually wanting to do a flaming tail like her, but figured that'd be a little crossing the line, so I was thinking a little flame. Etc., etc. So, and again, she is the third YouTuber I've ever bought merch for. Markiplier, Illuminati, and Cinder. And out of the three of them, two of them are now having controversies. Well, Illuminati, I don't think I need to explain what happened with her. But this is starting to feel a lot like the Illuminati sad milk situation. Like I said, I'm getting flashbacks to that, and that is not good. I- Anyway, I suppose I should get back to reading Nano's documents so I can also read Bow's and this not be a 5-hour long stream. Sure. Another note from Nano is any names that are censored here were censored because the creator in question did not provide their consent to have their names revealed by the time of me posting this document. Slandering other creators. I'll start with the screenshots showing them speaking ill of other creators and spreading rumors while manipulating me. That's all in our best interest. I believe she means that while manipulating her into believing that it's all in their best interest. In addition to spreading ill rumors, they also complained and accused Bao of giving their quote-unquote editor too much work, resulting in the editor not having any time for new clients, which will be important later on. The screenshots below show them showing their affection and appreciation, immediately followed by the spreading of rumors and lies to make it uh, other clients appear problematic. I should probably be highlighting the sections I'm currently reading. Would that make it easier for people to follow along? I'm not saying anything in the chat, so well, I can't exactly highlight the screenshot. Um, so yeah, okay, I'll highlight what I'm reading. I can't exactly highlight the screenshots though. I will, however, leave a link to this document and Bao's document when I upload this, which will be in a couple hours. Okay, as soon as I'm done with the stream, I am uploading it directly to YouTube. I'm not going to schedule it for, you know, a week from now or like I typically do. This is just so here's the screenshot. I can't highlight the text in the screenshot, so that's unfortunate. Nanoless, of course, an emoji. I wanted to understand it better. Specifically, if I cancel her 2D, um, if I cancel her for the second time. Redacted, aka Red. Red has publicly been Cinder's manager for at least as long as I've been in the community, which is almost a year now. Um, so I imagine he's probably been her manager for her entire career, but just going based off what I know. Red says, well, with blank, she's given a lot of bias and priority at gamer subs. Sometimes over Cinder, and we can't really confront them about that. And plus, she's gone 3D lately. I can speculate about who this blank is. I'm not going to because that can add unneeded drama to this when it's already a huge drama situation. I do have an idea of who it might be, but I'm not gonna say it. Bao has been uh Bao has been getting on our nerves for quite a while. She hijacked our YouTube editor a while ago, and is constantly picking up artists that we work with. We've gotten to know her better since being friends with her, but she really rubs us the wrong way about the things she does. That that hurts to read because I'm not the biggest fan of Bao, but at the same time, I do enjoy her work. You know, especially since finding out she uses the same editing software I do, CapCut. You know, and she's honestly quite hilarious. You know, yeah, sometimes she is a bit much, a bit much, but still, I've. We're just gonna keep reading. We wanted to try and safeguard our most important artist from her, since she's already taken our editor. Some other emoji. And I don't mean taken like he doesn't work with us anymore. He does, but he has to dedicate time for her, and sometimes it gets in the way of our projects. Which I I can understand that, but like they have enough to hire multiple editors. In fact, I think they do have multiple editors. So one being more part-time shouldn't be that big of an issue. Especially since this was from January. Because if I zoom, that's not what I wanted to do. If I zoom in, that is January 15th, 2025. So these screenshots are from a couple months ago. Holy shit, I was not even... One sec, I need to take a drink. Yeah. Sorry, I know this is very scatterbrained, but yeah. Uh, anyway, back to reading, I guess. Also, one of the Bao's MV editors is the one who did the Boss Rush music video, and we're 99% sure she told him not to do any more with us. But like, model art is the most important thing. it's a VTuber's entire image. While I do agree that the art is the VTuber's image, a VTuber is so much more than just their model. Yeah, Dark Wolf Angel. This is giving me flashbacks to the Illuminati situation a couple years ago. And and again, that is not a good thing. Because initially I was on Illuminati's side when she did the video commenting about her, you know, everyone coming out against her. Initially I was on Illuminati's side then. But then I actually looked at the documents and screenshots and it's like, no, I can't. And given how much Cinder actually means to me in my VTubing life, I'm getting on this as early as possible. And when she makes her response video, I will be there. Hoping and praying that she's just innocent in this. Even though I know she can't be. Um, anyway, getting back to the screenshots. I'm gonna zoom in, that might actually be really good. Red saying, "We love working with you, Pyropup," emote. Cinder wouldn't be Cinder without Nano. That is true. Cinder wouldn't... I mean, yes, another model artist could have probably done the same thing. You know, but still, no, I agree with that. Cinder would not be Cinder without Nano. Which is why the treatment of her, shown in these documents, is so heart-wrenching. Let's get back to reading. Redacted. Okay, but like, let me tell you the tea about the music video thing. Um, Bao had her original songs last year that had MVs by her editor, and the songs flopped. Her editor met us at TwitchCon and was saying that he'd love to work with us, practically jumping through hoops to get something planned. We managed to have him squeeze in the Boss Rush music video before... sorry, I got distracted by my dog. Between his work with Bao. And uh, he's always loved... He says he loved working on it, and is super excited to work on the next music video project. Boss Rush's song blows up, and he's credited as the editor. I ask him when he's free to do the next project. All of a sudden, he changes his mind, and is only working with Bao going forward. No explanation. Nano, the sweating Pepe emoji. Red, there's some context missing since we know how Bao is behind the scenes. But basically, we don't have a music video editor now for the next Boss Rush project. We think Bao got pissed that her editor did an original music video for her friends without her knowing, and it did 100 times better than her original song releases last year. That she locked him up so no one else could work with him. That line makes me so fucking sick. Because you don't talk about one of your friends like that. Every time Cinder and Bao interact, they're always so friendly. Maybe a playful jab here and there, but that's being really two-faced. Being all nice and happy, in public, but behind the scenes being like this. That is very two-faced. Again, Red could be acting alone in this. Cinder could be an innocent bystander. That is what I'm hoping. But I know it's that she has to have known. Yeah, that just makes me so fucking sick. And then, had him make it public on Twitter that he was only working with her going forward, like a literal announcement tweet. And now she's barking up the tree of our live 2D animators, like you. And so, like, and you and Nano model. And a Nano model. I wasn't, paying too much attention to, Bao and them during Bao's subathon, so this is the first I was hearing about, Bao wanting a 2D model and commissioning Nano for it. Um, so, yeah. However, like, I feel like it's okay for, you know, VTubers to share things like editors and model artists. Like, I feel like that shouldn't be a big deal. I mean, you know, uh, Buff Pup, Yochilish, Giwi. Giwi? I don't know if I pronounced her name right. They all have Cinder's model artist. They're, her model sisters. And, I, so, like, something like that shouldn't be a problem. And I thought I heard Numi mention somewhere that, Red was at least, you know, part of her, management. So, like, why is it okay for, Numi to share Red with Cinder, but, no one, but Bao can't share a model artist with Cinder? Like, that doesn't make sense to me. But we're gonna keep reading. Yeah, and looking at, or Nanoless. Yeah, and looking for me sounds sus for sure. It really doesn't, but I understand how she was thinking and feeling at the time. Just a couple months ago. Um, Red. It's so annoying. I don't know, man. And then Nano having just all caps, oh, and Red. She has a way of guilt tripping people to get her way. I don't know how Bao is behind the scenes, but from what I've seen, that is not accurate at all. Um, okay, so. Ah, fuck. I'm fucking this up. Uh, okay. Red asks me to cancel one of the closest, or cancel on one of their closest friends, Bao, by asking me to work at, or by asking me to cancel my work mid progress, manipulating me into thinking it's okay since she has many connections, and she'll be fine anyway. Mate, you don't say that and make your friends feel that way. Like, again, I'm getting terrible flashbacks to the Illuminati situation. Um, you know, uh, so I wouldn't feel guilty about it or worry too much. It was upsetting to me that Red contacted me specifically to check on me canceling the model I had planned with Bao. And yeah, Red actually did DM um, Nano later to check if she had canceled the models. And uh, that was in 2024. Dark Wolf Angel. The Illuminati situation was basically there was a commentary YouTuber named Illuminati. She would try and go over she she was commentary, but she was also anti MLM. MLM meaning multi-level marketing. Multi-level marketing is basically a pyramid scheme. Illuminati chose her character to have a pyramid head and name herself Illuminati in reference to being anti-pyramid scheme, basically. She was eventually she became associated with other YouTubers like The Click, One Topic at a Time, Wonderstruck Guy, Oz Media, and I don't remember who else. Damian Lee, one of the narrators for MK, was also one of her friends at the time. Um, and they created a channel called Sad Milk, which was basically a Reddit reading channel. Um, and eventually the group broke up. Not too much, not, they didn't exactly tell us why at the time. Come to find out, behind the scenes, Illuminati was spreading rumors and being very vitriolic. Is that even a word? Spreading, hate and vitriol towards her fellow channel mates. And, you know, just all around being a very shitty person. You know, um, kind of making hints that, like, oh, maybe one of them might be a pedo or shit like that. And trying to ruin the reputation of her, channel mates, despite publicly being very friendly with them. Now, obviously, this isn't completely the same situation. As far as I know, Cinder doesn't have an alt account where she, just goes on to blast Bao for any small thing. Because that was one thing that Illuminati did. She created alt accounts, sock puppet accounts, to just spread hate and vitriol and rumors. As far as I know, Cinder is not doing that, which is good, obviously. But still, being very two-faced like that is, yeah, you get it. Just, being very two-faced about this shit. Um, anyway, back to the thing. Red, did you cancel Bao's models? Nano saying that she hadn't yet. And then, this seems like a guilt trip. Saying, Nano Arc delayed to 2026. That sounds like a guilt trip to me. Like he's trying to get her to cancel the models faster by, whatever the fuck Nano Arc means. That that sounds to me like a guilt trip. And I have experience with guilt trips thanks to my father. Um, not gonna get into that here. This is not what that's about. But Nano saying she's scared to cancel with Bao. Red, you shouldn't be. She has so many connections. She'll find someone super fast. That doesn't. You can have as many connections as you want. It's still. Trying to find my words. Whatever. Did you already design her outfit? I remember showing it to us at WeebCon. Yeah. I can give her the design as for free as an apology gift. This is. I did see this, all these screenshots um, in Bao's document, so despite them not loading when I looked at this document on my phone, I so far know basically the screenshots. Exclusivity and blacklisting other creators. This is the section I might not have seen the screenshots for. In the messages below, they mentioned wanting an exclusivity contract, but they didn't want to pay for exclusivity. But rather, when a creator from their blacklist comes asking for a commission, they would guarantee me model work for Cinder, only if anyone asked me for commissions. They'd commission... Highlight, damn it. They'd commission me instead, to compensate for not working with other creators. That feels really just kind of scummy. Not wanting to pay for an exclusivity contract. So anytime anyone um tries to commission you, you commission them instead. Wait, is that why Cinder has so many models? I'm not gonna speculate. This felt very strange, given that one of the accusations they made was overworking their editor. Yet their solution to me working on other projects, or working with other creators, sorry, reading is not my best skill, if you guys can't tell. Their solution to me working with other creators was highlight was for them to essentially overwork me to keep me from working on projects with, or to keep me from working with other projects. That feels really scummy. Like, can we all agree this is shady at best? Downright fucking scummy at worst? Like, that is... I don't know, man. I'm not a professional commentary channel, I'm just saying my thoughts, because this actually means a lot to me. The messages below show their primary concern is the more non-Cinder models I make, the less valuable my existing models become. Which is bullshit. We don't work on a, VTuber model commissions don't work like the US currency. We can't print more of it because, then what's already out there means less. That's not how this shit works in, commissioning model art. In the economy, okay, I can see that. In model art, no, that's not how this works. Each model is still just as valuable as the last. Just because there's more out there doesn't mean each model, deteriorates in value. It's hard to say how much this messed with my mind as an artist, that by working with other people, I'm somehow making my existing models less special. Which is not true. Like I said, just because you're making more models, thus there's more Nano models out there, does not mean that the models that already exist mean less. I mean, each model is unique. Yes, they're all drawn by the same person and have a similar style, but they're all unique. Buff Pup does not look exactly like Cinder. Cinder looks nothing like Yoshi. It, Cinder, Yoshi, Buff, none of them look like Dewey. And none of them look like Nano's model. They're all unique. They're all different. So, none of the existing models are less special because there's more out there. The following screenshot is of them setting up the blacklist, saying that I am not allowed to work with any new clients or create any new outfits for VTuber 1. Specifically, and justifying those... I read that wrong. She's not allowed to create any new outfits for VTuber 1 specifically. Pause. And justifying things by saying that with each model, my art becomes less unique and less special. Therefore, Cinder, somehow, will become less special. Screenshot below. Again, that is not how this shit works. a model is only half of a VTuber's brand. The rest of it is the person behind it. The person behind it is still special. Even if you want to make up some bullshit saying their model isn't special anymore, the person is, thus the VTuber is. You know, it's just... that is some serious leaps in logic there, in my opinion. And remember, in this situation, I'm biased towards Cinder. That's where my bias is shifting. Or, not shifting. That is where my bias is immediately shifted to, is Cinder, because of how much she means. You know, how much she means to me and my own career. I can't really call this a career, but still. How much she means to me and this hobby right now. So, I should be more biased towards Cinder in this case. And technically this is all Red. Technically this is just, Red saying this. However, like I said, it's virtually impossible that, Cinder had no knowledge of what Red was doing and saying. Anyway. The idea that my work as an artist and designer is devalued by working with other people is insane and hurtful. I completely agree there. This is Red's fault, yes. He is the one directly saying everything. However, Cinder can't be completely innocent in this. She has to have known that this was happening. Especially if, like that one person said, if I can get to my, bookmarks here. Someone did say here that, Cinder told them that Red was her boyfriend. If that's true, there is no way Cinder is not complacent in this. There's no way... I don't think she knew the context of what he was saying, just that he was talking to people, but that's just my opinion. That is completely possible, and I am hoping like hell that that's what it is. But it just... something does not feel right. Cinder cannot be completely innocent in this. As much as I love Cinder, she cannot be completely innocent in this. I mean, again, especially if, like, Vampeaches here is saying is true, where, Cinder told her that Red was her boyfriend. There's no way he did not run at least some of this by Cinder first. And this hurts to say, like, genuinely, this fucking hurts to say, but I just... even if she is completely innocent in everything Red is doing here, she still needs to take accountability. After realizing... highlight. After realizing what taking a deal with them would really mean for both my workload and my mental health, I blacked out. Or I backed out, not blacked out. Jesus Christ. Okay, so we have... I do not think I have read this screenshot yet. So, because in Bao's document, she really only had the screenshots pertaining to her. I don't know if this was one of them. Red. I mean, if we wanted to have some kind of a model exclusivity, what would you need to make that sustainable for you? The thinking SpongeBob emote. Nano. Maybe you can share one of your ideas, and then I can check what, and I can check what I think. The sweating Pepe. And then, 30 minutes later. Okay, so I've got some ideas for this. And keep in mind, this according to the dates on the chats, this is all January of 2021 or 2025. So this was just a couple months ago. Um, Red, I was driving. What are you thinking? Nano. So I asked help from my friends. They don't know it's you, don't worry. So a monthly fee, calculating my monthly earnings. Also, how long would this be if this counts for models I already worked on? And then another 30 minutes or another 20 minutes, almost exactly 20 minutes, probably, uh, pass by. Well, I think the main things we're looking for are for you to not take on any brand new model clients, and to not make any new models slash outfits for blank again. Again, I have a theory of who they're talking about here, but I would need to look up if who I'm thinking has had a model done by Nano. Again, I have suspicions, but I'm not going to make anything public. And also, I feel like if, blank is who I think it is, she probably actually would have spoke out, so it might not be her. Either way, it doesn't matter. Um, you'd still be able to work on model slash outfits with all your other existing babies, and and your artwork comms wouldn't be affected. One of our concerns is that more nano babies means more nano models, and don't have the same value anymore. That is not how this works, Red. And second, there's a few people that we would just rather not be able to have a model from you. Maybe not any new babies at all. The reason I brought this up is at all is because there's been a lot of bias with another one of our partners with certain creators, and we'd rather these creators not have what makes Cinder unique, which is your artwork. Not true. Yes, the artwork helps, but what makes Cinder unique is her personality. Not, you know, what makes a VTuber unique is not their model. It's their personality. So, Red is just spewing bullshit here. Just drama. Yeah, this is drama partly started by you, asshole. What about, we can pay blank for... I think I did see this one, but I'm going to read it anyway. What about we can pay blank for you, and then you don't have to discount it for the next payment. And we'll continue giving you lots of model work. I think about 4 this year right now. But you don't work with blank, blank, or blank at all again. I do believe this smaller blank is Bao. Because if I remember correctly in Bao's screenshot, she did uncensor her name, but... I don't believe you've ever done any work with blank or blank before. We also have another gamer subs label for you to do, the AFK. Is there any way to add a little bit more, since blank still asks for art every now and then? We could do it like when blank asks you for art, you tell them no, and then tell us to buy another piece of art. Like, so you'll still get a job from it. That is the most convoluted bullshit I've ever heard. Another example... Let me highlight, because you said this would be easier to follow along. Another example of speaking ill of other creators right after they saw I was working with Shy Lily. Okay, so that immediately knocks my theory of who one of the blanks was out. Or does it confirm it? No, because um no, because she would have had to ask Lily for permission to even mention this, so I imagine Lily's name would have been uncensored. So, okay. Um, However, that does kind of confirm some things I was thinking. Because, let's be honest, Lily is probably one of the faces of Gamersubs. More than Sinder. And this just confirms that Nano was working with Lily. So it is possible one of those blanks was Lily. Anyway, that's not the point here. Just side tangent, because I have fucking ADHD. Probably. Um, Trying to once again make the idea of working with other clients seem like I was setting myself up with problematic people who will do no good in the long run. To get me to reconsider working with them. God, reading all this is literally making me feel sick. They also continuously kept asking about my other clients' plans, which for that or which for them made the antenna go up, and immediately went to slandering Lily, which Cinder and Lily have worked together quite a bit. So here that even her or Red were slandering Lily, again, gives me flashbacks to the two-facedness of Illuminati. Uh, they consistently try to reassure me that despite their best efforts, they just happen to keep trying to bring drama in as reasons for me to go exclusive, that only working with Cinder is uh, them going to look out for me. That, okay, yeah, this right here shows Lily's name would not have been censored. So, okay. Lily is not one of the censored names, like I thought she would be. Which, actually, that's kind of, I don't know. Hey, Nano, do you have any more plans with Lily besides just the model? Like outfits, merch, or anything? Just been the model so far. Sorry if you can hear my dogs fighting in the... Or not fighting, playing in the, background. Um, okay. Her asking for a model recently just made the antenna go up. She's been acting weird towards Cinder lately, and we don't know if something's going on. Dead SpongeBob, I think. I don't know. Oh, that's weird. Ever since after the V-card launch. But what do you consider weird? Lately, dipping out of collabs they were both a part of at the last minute, and now ghosting her messages. Cinder rated her a couple times in the past week. Lily won't acknowledge Cinder by name. Concerned Pepe. Just pretty weird stuff. That's super weird since they both share the same store, LOL. Yes, because Cinder and Lily are both co-owners of Gamersubs, as well as Russian Badger and a few others. Um, Around VCard's launch, they were talking about collaborating, and I don't know what happened, but her asking you for a model after that was just weird. Even though she said she doesn't plan on getting a new model anytime soon. I don't know, I hate that we keep bringing you into drama. Yeah, I thought it was quite early to go for a new model. Blank looked a bit menacing, so I don't talk to her. Uh, Feels like we're gonna have to compete with Lily if she's ghosting Cinder and wants the same model mama. That does... Oh, my stomach is literally hurting reading this. Not the, my tummy hurt joke that Cotton brought up in the Bow Roast stream. My stomach is literally fucking churning. Um, the idea that they need to stay informed and gauge the competition is extremely upsetting and toxic to me. It's extremely upsetting and toxic no matter what. The competition they're referring to are all the people that I thought they considered friends. A thought just popped in my head, and I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it because that would genuinely make me fucking sick to my stomach. And I don't want to spread rumors. I I don't. Who've always helped and supported them and platformed Cinder. Again, that makes me think of things, but I don't want to spread rumors. So I'm not going to say what I think it is. Who the blanked out names I think they are. When I pushed back, the immediate response was blaming the other creators and implying that they initiated it by trying to work with me and that somehow justify their actions. They, uh, they imply Lily ignored Cinder when she spent over a minute thanking the raid, which you can see in this clip, which I will play. I hope you guys are listening, or you guys can hear me.
Ignore what you just saw! Okay. Ooh! Oh my goodness! Hello!
See, you can see the Pyroprop Raiders right in here.
Hello, Raiders!
And?
Hello! I am playing Berserker. It's called The Last Berserker Kazan. We were sponsored, but the game was really fun, so I just kept playing for like a million more hours. Hello, everyone! Hello!
And this was last month.
The Pyropop raid! Hello, Pyropops! What did you guys do?
See,
I am low-key addicted. I usually... Okay, so most people know me for my gun.
So, you can literally hear her say, hello, Pyropups. Granted, no, she didn't say anything directly about Cinder, but still, she still, at least, says, hello, Pyropups, and asks how the stream went. I wouldn't call that ignoring, ignoring the raids. Oh, that's cool. Sorry, I figured while I'm here, I'll go ahead and check my notifications. But yeah, as you can tell, she is. So that part of what Red said was a lie. The now ghosting her messages. Cinder's raided her a couple times in the past week. Lily won't acknowledge Cinder by name. That, granted, I didn't actually watch the full thing, but still, she's still, thanking the raiders, which, you'd think if she was actually ghosting Cinder and stuff, she would just say hi raiders and not even, hello Pyropups. That's just what I would think. That's just my personal thought process, maybe, I don't know. Next screenshot, Red. Real yawning Cinder, which is actually kind of cute. It's just Cinder and Blank. You've been doing continuous model out, or is it just Cinder and Blank you've been doing continuous outfits for? We'll have an update on, or we'll have the demon update list plus final arcade reference for you as soon as it's finished. And this was, this month, I believe. Because I believe April is the 4th month. So this was literally this month. And it was, again, this month that they were talking about all this. So, I don't know. Nano, I think it is. I have an outfit planned for Blank too. Emote. As for Blank, I got nothing for now. But she always comes up with something. Red, I think this is Cinder taking notes. Do you know who rigged Lily's model? gotta be blank. Again, I think I have an idea who it is, but I'm not gonna say anything because I don't want to spread rumors. I'm just stating my feelings and reading the documents. Red, um, thanks, Nano. Sorry for all the questions. Just gotta stay informed, especially when it comes to our top artist. Never a break. Um, don't worry, just don't stress too much with side things. Sad face is bad for the balding. Um, Red, Pepe, I'm gonna go bald now. I'll keep you in the loop about everything else going on with that. Um, Nano, the crying emoji, that's kind of cute. The balding, uh, this feel bold, no, you fool, kind of feels a little rude. Kind of feels a little rude. But I guess it's not as rude as it could have been. It's still really rude. Still really rude. Just a stupid drama. Gotta stay competitive, and even when we shouldn't have to. I'm reading it the way you fucking wrote it. When you capitalize random letters in a sentence, it is meaning you're saying it very sarcastically. Even though we shouldn't be that competitive. We're all VTubers, we're all content creators. You know? Just because, like, I don't have my model on screen right now doesn't mean, like, I'm not still a VTuber. I don't know why that thought came to my mind. But, like, you know, we still, like, we still shouldn't be, competing with each other. Granted, yes, view rates, obviously that is kind of this job gets turned into a competition when it really shouldn't be. There is enough room on the platform for everyone. Um, hey, just like Nano says here, don't go too far on the competitiveness. It can get bad. Gotta chill sometimes. And hey, it's not us. But Nano's completely right here. It's okay to be, playfully competitive. Genuine, hateful competitiveness is not good. That is what they're doing right now. This is at least what Red is doing. Again, I'm hoping and praying Cinder is just an unaware, you know, aloof little cutie who has no idea what her boyfriend is doing. Assuming they're still together. Um, but still. Nano, suspicious face to the, hey, it's not us. We aren't the ones getting a model from the artist of the other GamerSup's owner out of the blue, and then ghosting them, and they're refusing to acknowledge them. Well, that little clip doesn't say refusing to acknowledge, but okay. Below, I wanted to push back and make clear that I was uncomfortable being dragged into drama, and they responded by bringing up more drama and baseless claims, all the while trying to guilt trip me. The Again, this is physically making my stomach hurt. It is highlight. It is ironic and crazy to me that I mentioned not wanting to be dragged into personal issues, only for them to, on multiple occasions, mention people's alleged dramas. I know I don't have to go over every screenshot in this video. Especially where I didn't actually get to see all the screenshots. This is, I feel like I have to. Cinder wanted to say sorry for stepping back on the exclusivity deal. We wanted to apologize personally to you since. Sorry, I just saw Cinder's icon right here, and that made Sorry, the chill literally went down my spine for that. Since you've only talked about with Red, but I don't want to be dragged into anyone's personal issues like that. After all, Blank is still a client, and it makes me anxious and kind of destroys my mental to do that kind of thing, uh, that kind of deal. Just wanted to let you know, I still love working with you and Red, but ugh, my computer's not. Alright, give me 1 sec. I need to bring my dogs in. Sorry about that. I have to remember, I'm posting this directly to YouTube. I'm not going to edit this, so I have to be a little bit more careful with some stuff, so. Um, anyway. I just wanted to let you know I still love working with you and Red, but I'll understand if things don't work out because of blank. I just love my clients and that's all. So let's see what Cinder says. Um, I get it, Nano, and it was unfair to push this on you, but it's really confusing to go back and forth about it. Sad face. Um, I just get compared to her a lot, even still today, and it's like I'm always making a living in someone's shadow. Which is one reason why I asked or one reason why Red asked about not making any more models for her. That immediately says that Cinder is not completely innocent in this. Oh, fuck. It may not have been Cinder's decision, but she at least knew about it. And this hurts. This hurts. Ugh. And when you said, I understand if things don't work out, it makes me feel like you're okay with not working with me anymore, which hurts so much after all this time. I really appreciate you, Nano, and it's your decision who you ultimately work with. But this is how I've been feeling. That right there is a guilt trip. That's a guilt trip. God damn it. Fucking damn it. That is a guilt trip. As someone who's had experience with figures who try to guilt trip you, that was 100% trying to guilt trip her. Dirk. Aw, god damn it. Yeah, let's try and keep reading. I don't really see the point of keeping thinking about being compared to blank. You're so much bigger already and you've done so much more. But I would never give blank any priority over you. There's not even any model for her being discussed. I just wanted to sleep clear-minded. I'm also fine not doing her models, but at least gamer subs art stuff would be fine with me. I don't want to be a 100% asshole to her, that's all. It's not me, but other people's opinions of us, and I'm trying not to get involved with any drama, um, other than people want to talk about comparing us. But I understand where you're coming from, Nano. There's no hard feelings. Sorry, but this is just but my mental is just a bit weak. Same, girl. I'm so sorry for bringing this to you. Um, I want you to get that money. The whole situation is kind of sucky. You could say that again. I just, I just want to get along. I understand if things don't work out about this, but, um, it would be mostly if you hate me for not burning brown? Blank down, from my list. I would never hate you. Thank you so much, and same. I'm just an insecure bitch. You're okay, Nano. You're okay. Love it. Or I love everything we've done together, and I want to keep doing more. People saying dumb shit online just makes me stressed. But no, uh, that block, I just get compared to her a lot, even still today. I always feel like I'm living in someone's shadow. And and her saying, and when you say I understand if things don't work out, it makes me feel like you're okay not working with me anymore, which hurts. That is 100% a guilt trip. She, that's 100% guilt tripping her. I guess that confirms Cinder is not just an innocent bystander. Give me a moment. Give me a moment. I'm, this hurts. This really hurts. Let's keep going, I guess. Justifying their behavior by stating they're simply looking out for me, when none of this has anything to do with me to begin with, and manipulating me into being grateful for earning well thanks to them despite the loss of work from long-time returning clients and new clients. This hurts so much. Like I said, I have the sticker that came with Cinder's waifu cup literally stuck to the back of the computer I'm doing this on. I have her pyro power literally right in my cupboard over there. Her waifu cup is right in my room on my counter. Like, I guess this just kind of goes to show, be careful who you trust. Yeah, Cinder was such an inspiration for me doing this. Her and Fillion, well, even even if Cinder comes crashing down, we can still do, this, just, you know, after Cinder's response video, I might end up taking a break. Because I know she's gonna make a response video after she gets her story straight. After she gets her story straight and works things out with Red, she's gonna make a response video. Or at least a tweet. Her own document or a twit longer, something like that. She's gonna respond. And if her response confirms the worst, I may end up taking a break. Anyway, concerning my work and models as a team. Another example of going after clients of mine from before, claiming that having more clients alongside them makes my work less special, with the recurrence of it's just business, which, again, that is complete and utter bullshit. Not what Nano's saying, what, yeah, I believe and stand by Nano 100%. It's, what Red and Cinder are saying that's complete bullshit. Manipulating, fucking hell. Manipulating me into believing that working with her is special for multiple reasons, and that I risk losing that special something if, as a client if I prefer to work with others. Again, that is not how this works. I'm sorry, I feel so fucking horrible for Nano. No, no acknowledgement of my reasoning, and need of working with other clients due to the nature of my work. Solely focused on their issues. I would also like to note again that this screenshot is one of many occasions that indicate Red speaks on Cinder's behalf. While I was originally concerned with everything going through Red, but that may not have been 100%, or that it may not have been 100% of Cinder's feelings or wants. I messaged her about this to make sure that he spoke on her behalf, and confirmed with both of them that this was the case. This sucks. This is not the time for a bot to be in my fucking... Really quickly, getting a little sidetracked, Dark Wolf, would you want to be a mod in case I don't, in case I miss, bots and shit like that? Because, like, if you're okay with it, I'm 100% comfortable modding you. It's, really easy. You just have to click on the person's name. That's how I, banned that bot. Because I'm looking at chat on my phone as well. Because my only other way to see chat is to come into OBS, go into docs, and then go down to chat. Yeah, just click on their name and then But if you're not comfortable with that, that's okay. Yeah. I'm not gonna force you to be a mod if you don't want to. Um, okay, so I do not want to read this, but I have to. Mm. Well, thank you. Let's see. There we go, mod user. There you go. You should be a mod now. Thank you. Nice to have a little positivity in this uh dark time for us Cinder fans. Yeah, so thank you. Much love. Mhm. Suppose I better read the screenshot because otherwise it'll be this stream will already be 5 hours long before I even get to Bow's document because she has some stuff to say too. So, hey Cinder, I hope you're doing okay. I talked with Red and I believe he already talked to you, and I thought it would be best if I just check here personally. Actually, I wanted to know better I wanted to know better your thoughts, because Red tried to talk to me, and I think I misunderstood some things. I'm doing good. What's up, Nano? Mostly about this. Let's see. Red. Um, Not to discredit any of your work, but sometimes everything you work on is or because everything you work on is top of the line, but when everyone's a nano baby, it feels less special to be one. If that makes sense. Kind of been getting the same feeling from gamer subs too lately. I thought on canceling some models because of it, or because of them, but then I realized it's not really fair to me. This is part I really don't want to fucking read. But I say I don't want to read it as if I've already read it. Like I said, I've read some of the screenshots, but that's just because they managed to load up on Bal's document and not this one. So, I understand what he means, but at the end of the day, it's just business. Of course, we love working with you and want to keep it working together. But if you prefer to work with other clients instead of me, I know it's or yeah, I know it's for a reason, for you to grow and help, and not because you don't like me. Sad cat with the finger thing. Being one of your very first model babies was so amazing. I was happy to be able to find someone to help you with live 2D cutting and to improve your skills. And I think that that's a big part of why everyone loved the 1.0 model, and then started asking you for them. I can have Red send you a list of our plans for the future and estimate our due dates. Just so or so just let us know what you actually want to work on. That way I have time to look for someone else if you don't have time for my projects and don't want them. It feels special to only have your model art for all my outfits, but just let me know if you don't have time for me to be an exclusive nano art baby anymore. That also feels like a guilt trip. A more subtle one but that still feels like a guilt trip. Mm. It's no personal reason. I would never stop it uh, doing this to you or anyone. But yeah, it's important for my job to reach far. I like working on different projects and people. I never said I didn't want to work with you anymore. I told Red that even though I have my other works, we'll always have a way to get you a priority spot when possible. You'll always be my special baby. Keep in mind, these messages were from late 2023. So this was, yeah, this was, okay. I'm trying to get my dates all together. I also think it's important for you to work on projects that you're excited about. So I'll go through my plans with Red and send you our ideas to see if it's possible with your schedule. I know he can be a little pushy at times, but it's because he's just doing business for me to grow too. He absolutely loves my work just as much as he absolutely loves your work just as much as I do. It's okay. We'll update you guys ASAP. Sounds good. Okay. Okay. So that was not nearly as bad as I thought it would be, but there's still guilt tripping in there. Cinder was actively. Maybe she was accidentally. It was an accidental guilt trip. Maybe it was an accidental. It was accidental. Maybe. Maybe. Please. I can't keep doing this. Mm. Red tries to make it look. Red tries to make it look like they never meant it for it to appear like they wanted me to be exclusive by framing it as something I wanted, while immediately doubling down on the fact that or that me working with more people makes my work less special and no longer unique, as if every design is just a Cinder clone. Which, like I said earlier, they're not Cinder clones. Like, one that I know came after Cinder is Giwi, and I think this is the right. Yeah, her, Giwi. You know? She looks literally nothing like Cinder. So, she's obviously not a Cinder clone. Wait, what? Um, so, you know, I definitely see where Nano is saying that, I agree with what Nano was saying. That, it kind of feels like they're trying to frame it as, you know, eventually every model is just going to be a copy of Cinder, which isn't true, you know? But, okay. Um, so here we go. What did I do to my home screen there? Whatever. So it's about working with Cinder. My friends told me it's a bit unfair for me to stop at other models, so I do more for Cinder, which I agree with them. I agree too. I'm a free artist and should do whatever I want or whatever I want to do. I don't want to take sides on any drama or situations. I will always have a way uh, to have open slots for Cinder, but I won't be having her as my only customer. Which that is totally fair. That is a fair boundary to set. Let's see how Red responds. I agree, you're a free artist and should do whatever you want. But I was under the impression that taking on more Cinder work is what you wanted to do. I didn't think it was like we were making you do that. That seems like it. That is. That's supposed to be mental. That's mental fuckery. That is mental fuckery. I guess we got a misunderstanding on both sides. It's more about this, and that's the screenshot she sent to Cinder. The not to discredit any of your work because blah blah blah. You know, well, when everyone's a nano baby, it feels less special to be one. That's the screenshot she's referring to, I believe, when she quote yeah replied directly to it. Okay. Oh, I see. I mean, what I said is still true about how we feel, but I wasn't saying you only had to do work for Cinder from now on. That's with anything though, not just for your work. If you have something special, and then that's not just for your work though. If you have something special, then everyone wants and gets that thing. It makes it less special. Not really. It can be special to you, even if thousands of people have it. It can still be special to you. Like, like here's an example. Okay. Um, I'm a collector. In the beginning of the stream, when I was looking up this clip, you could see my other channel was there because I had to look it up to get the link for my gaslight or not for my video that'll be up Monday. Um, you know, I'm a collector. Okay, I have the things that just about every Transformers collector has, but they're still special to me. Yeah, they're still special to me. And it's not because I'm the only one who has it. You know, so I can see why people think that. Well, if everyone has it, it's less special. It's like, yes, I can see that, but also it can still be special to you, even if everyone has it. But let's keep going. I'm sorry you were under the impression we were trying to make you only do work for us. I will keep things more business talk and less emotional, lol. Just let me know how this will affect your schedule so I can tell Cinder after. Sorry for the stress, Nano. That's... He's definitely putting on a fake persona, I can feel it. But every single model I do is unique, and I make them special in their own way. It's not like I'm selling Cinder to everyone. Please don't feel that way. Right. Like I showed with Giwi. Or look at Buff Pup. Or Yochilish. Yoshilish? You know who I mean. It's not like they're, direct copies of Cinder. The same art style, yes, but they are very different models that look virtually nothing alike. So she's, like she said, it's not like she's selling Cinder to everyone. Red, I know you pour your heart and soul into your models, and they're all incredible. Sorry I made you both feel this way. That Nano did not need to apologize for anything back in, not today, not back in 2023 when this screenshot was or when these messages were sent. She did not need to apologize for anything. Simply business. Normalizing their behavior once again, by stating this is simply business, to sabotage VTubers' careers and not work with them, and focus on Cinder instead. Red, it's okay, Nano. Okay, this is still 2023 is when the screenshot was. It's okay, Nano. You're just making a living and making a name for yourself. And I can't blame you for accepting work from other big names in the industry and having a desirable talent. If you end up filling your model schedule again, like it was, let me know. We'll have to replan some things depending on that. Thank you for understanding my side. We will all or we all trying to have our names somewhere, which is true. That's just a fact. Um, don't take this personal or anything. I still love working with you guys, and again, I apologize for the trouble on your plans. I shall revisit my list, or yeah, revisit my list and see what I got. Business is business. If you want to go through with the projects we talked about, and let me know which ones you'd want to do. Okay. Still back in 2023. This is Red replying to Nano saying she didn't want to take sides in the drama. Um, this is about, or is this about blank model, Nano? Yeah, I want to take it, but I don't want to disrespect Cinder. I just want to do pretty models, no hurt feelings. Which is totally fair, you know? Like, she's just an artist doing what she loves and getting paid for it, you know? Like, it shouldn't have to come to, a fucking drama in situations like this. I will say that that axolotl emote is fucking adorable. Um, business is business. Crying. Nano, you're a freelance artist, and Blank is a longtime client, so it makes sense to continue doing work for her. I understand the logistics of it. And at the end of the day, you need to do what's best for you. You can tell he's being so fake when he says that. I really appreciate, um, you understanding my side. I do understand your side too, but sadly it's something between you two, not me. I shouldn't get involved in this fight. And I just go art burr, which that that sums up basically that sums it up. You know, she you don't put your, model artist in the middle of your drama. Like, you know, she's just an artist doing what she loves. She should not have been put in the middle of the drama at all. And then they continue to put her in the middle of the drama. Um, right, I know. I just didn't think our conversation sounded like I was trying to make you not work with her on a model. Like Blank specifically. That's basically what he was saying, though. Was that, that's basically what he's been saying, is that Nano should only work with Cinder. Like, that's basically what Red has been saying the entire time. Um, maybe I'll just consider the situation too much. My mistake for thinking this way. It's okay. Nano should not have had to apologize for anything. But are we good for real? This feels like a weird breakup. I'm stressing. Me and you are good. I still have to tell all this to Cinder. It'll be fine. Don't worry. I think she's still sleeping. Making sure none of this reaches the other VTubers and is all kept hush-hush, while providing proof that they know what they're doing is ill-intended and should not get out, as it would cause issues for Cinder's career to be painted in this light. That's just obvious, note that the uncalled shot at, or note that the uncalled shot of VTuber 1 is even spoilered in a hidden message in Discord, so it wouldn't be accidentally leaked. Uh-oh. I try to be transparent as much as possible. I think it's more fair to both sides this way. You didn't tell Blanket you canceled because of Cinder, did you? No. I told them all it was because of health. I told all of them it was because of health issues. That, Cinder dying emoji, or emote. I would never blame anyone besides blank. Okay. Pepe. LOL! We never, want to make you feel, like we're making you or forcing you to work on or not work on something. Especially if it's something that you don't, uh, want to do, and our conversation the other day wasn't meant to convince you of only doing work for Cinder. Again, it sounded like, um, uh, again, sorry if it sounded like I was telling you only to do work for Cinder. I'll message you later. He basically was doing that. Well, let's see if blank wants a nano model or not. And I hope blank finds someone else. So I think this was a hidden Discord message. Okay. The constant obsession with VTuber 1 and claiming that she's asking for it by causing this unspoken competition, which is coming absolutely from no other source than Cinder herself. I think it's more like wanting her to recognize Cinder, even though it doesn't matter. I feel like there's this unspoken competition between them. Like they both need to one-up each other because blank can't get along. I also understand her point of view. A new VTuber who people say looks and sounds and acts like you just becomes as successful as you in a year. If she did not recognize her, if you did not recognize Cinder as an equal or a friend, then it would be like endorsing her copy, or like I've seen some people say, her replacement. They share a lot of the same audience too. I have an idea who this blank is, but again, I'm not gonna say it because I'm probably wrong. Like when I thought one of the blanks was Shy Lily. Um, at the end of the day, it isn't about how much we make compared to her. We just want her to recognize, hey, Cinder's a big VTuber too, and she got there on her own merits, just like you did. Get along. And the marketing potential and money they can make if they teamed up. I just know it is spite. It's totally spite. That it again, it's just totally spite. I just know we could do anything. She's still watching, and we'll take form to try out. Oh my, to try to words. Oh my god, I you know what the fidget or the spinning figure that was brain fart. It is fucking 9 p.m. Ignore the time it says on my computer. My computer's an hour off. It is 9 p.m. So, um, spinning figure we have in stream. Blank figure was announced on Wednesday. No spinning figure. Cinder debut Sunday. Everyone hears about it. Figures announced. Spinning figure on screen with figure right next to it. Stream yesterday. First stream since Cinder's debut. Guess what? Spinning figure. Figure next to it. Then, like a month later, unfollowed her on Twitter and started taking her ideas, Cinder's ideas, like flames. How she basically rebranded to more of a fire Cerberus. Using emojis all the time. She never did that before, but it's funny. It's funny because she used to call herself a hellhound, but stopped when Cinder grew past her, and now she's using Cerberus or a Cerberus pup, or whatever her lore says. I don't know. The unfollow is weird. Words suck, honestly. The unfollow is weird. Okay, and again, this was 2023, so I I wasn't big in the VTubing sphere around 2023, so I don't really know who it is. I have no inkling of who they could be talking about. Um, so yeah, it's like there was also unprovoked tweets from her, like I didn't copy anyone else for my design. My design is all me. This is who I am. Like, huh? Who are you saying that to? Oh, lol. on random Cinder clips on YouTube. There was one dedicated blank fan, or someone she knew, I don't know, that would comment on these clips saying, like, when are you going to clip blank only on Cinder clips? Okay. Again, I have no inkling of who this could be. Um, and in the end, I don't think it matters too much exactly who this is. It's more, the spite and hate that Red and presumably Cinder are spewing against this individual. Again, I'm saying presumably because, while yeah, it has the screenshots basically confirmed that Red is speaking on behalf of Cinder. Um, that I'm still holding out hope. I am still holding out hope, even though I probably shouldn't. I'd like to highlight the irony of expecting it to be entitled to recognition for her own efforts and size, when her own active efforts are tied to the sabotaging of this very same VTuber. I also also feeling entitled and insisting to be recognized by someone else is odd. Thanks for taking the time to read through everything. I hope everything makes sense, and everyone who has been hurt or manipulated or sabotaged will find closure. So that is the end of Nano's document, and it took me almost 2 hours to read it. The evidence here is fucking damning. What? Ugh. Like, again, the evidence here is damning. Yeah, at least on Red, it's damning to Red. However, with the implications that, Red is speaking on behalf of Cinder too, with her knowledge, and the guilt tripping in Cinder's own words, in, her own, text to Nano, like, you guys probably can't see my cursor because I turned that off on OBS. Still, you know, it, this is guilt tripping. And the guilt tripping is coming from Cinder. And, God, this hurts. This hurts. This hurts. Red is guilty, yes. Red is without a doubt guilty. He, I'd say, is the main instigator. But Cinder is not. She's not innocent in this either, unfortunately. I want to believe that too, Dark Wolf, but with the guilt tripping in her own text to Cinder, or to Nano. Again, and I understand if things don't work out. It makes me feel like you're okay with not working with me anymore, which hurts after all this time. That is a guilt trip. That is a guilt trip. So, while Red is undoubtedly guilty, Cinder is not innocent in this either. And that hurts. That hurts for me to say. But we still have one more document. I'm planning on. I do agree, guilt tripping is bad. It's not as bad as what Red's doing, but it still shows Cinder is not innocent in this. But, again, we still have one more document to go through. And it's from someone who I met, I didn't meet her, obviously, but I found through Cinder. And obviously, Bao is no fucking saint, but her, for her to make a document like this, it's just, like I said, we're going through this. Most, if not all of the screenshots from this, or from, in Bao's are from, Nano's, because, well, obviously she got the screenshots from Nano. But, we'll read Bao's as well. Hello, this is Bao. I will only speak to what Nanolist has decided to share with the public and with the public and the messages that directly mention me by name, which, is not exactly a good look for Cinder and Red. But, I would kindly like to ask everyone from refraining this into a witch hunt, refraining from turning this into a witch hunt, which I agree. This is not a witch hunt situation. This is, don't don't turn it into a witch hunt situation. I'm not talking to you, Dark Wolf. I'm talking to the other people who will see this video when it comes out. If anyone does. This is not a witch hunt. We, we are all still people. While it does look bad for Cinder as well as Red, or as much as Red, it's, remember that we are all humans at the end of the day. Before I start, I want to point out why I am addressing both Cinder and Redacted, Red, despite the messages largely being from Redacted. Many times through the messages, the words we, we're, and our occur numerous times. As someone who was close to and worked with Cinder for years, I have first-hand experience on how Cinder and Red collaborate, and the extent to which Red operates as her primary point of contact in her professional and personal projects. Again, that's pretty damning to Cinder as well. It's an experience that leads me to believe that all requests and messages sent by Red were both known about and approved by Cinder. And if Bao is saying that, in March 2024, I announced that one of my subathon goals was live 2D model. And I believe this is a link to it, or, yeah. So I have not actually seen this part. I just saw that. Yeah. Welcome to the Yandere Bao subathon. Okay. So I think this is the model she was talking about. And that was March 1st. Last year, okay. Okay, last year. I was thinking, wait, was this fucking, last month? No, this was a year ago. This was a year ago. But still, this is, I believe this is the model she was talking about. Nanoless was going to be live 2D Illustrator. After she finishes both the design and base model sketch, there was suddenly a back and forth on whether or not she had the physical and mental capacity to continue on my model. I was very sad, as I had not only teased a screenshot of the model sketch on my Twitter, but had also grown very attached to the design and showed it to all of my friends in a private group chat that Cinder was a part of. I shared how devastated I was that she did not comment or say anything, despite the others in the group chat offering comfort and reassurance. Wait, am I reading that correctly? That Bao's implying Cinder didn't, comment or say anything about that? Oh, well, if I read this right, then I would have realized that yes, that is what she was meaning. Now I realize that the reason for her silence was because Cinder and Redacted were deliberately sabotaging ongoing commissions and blocking VTubers, such as myself, from having access to art from Nanolists. And as you can see, this is the screenshot from one of the screenshots from Nanos from uh I believe it is I believe that this screenshot from Bao or in Bao's one is this screenshot in Nanos, just with Bao's name uncensored. There's a little bit more, but it's just, would like it, more, sabotaging from, Red. Oh, I know, that was in that one too. The only, difference is here it's like, okay, but can I ask it for a Demon Cinder figure? That's literally it. And this was January of 2025. So, again, I do believe this screenshot is present in Nanos. Maybe. I guess it helps fine. Okay, let's see. And I think. Just in case it isn't. Okay, yeah, this was in Nanos, because this is talking about how blank is given has a lot of basis and is given priority at gamersubs, which it gives the rivalry, but one-sided rivalry between Cinder and Blank. Blank has been getting on nerves for quite a while. She hijacked our YouTube editor a while ago and is constantly. Yeah, this was all in that as well. And now she's barking up the tree with our live tweeting. Yeah, these screenshots were in Nanos as well. So, Nanolist asks Redacted why he is encouraging her to not finish my model. Redacted lists my name amongst various YouTubers, as well as vendettas Cinder and Redacted harbor against each. Bao has been getting on her nerves for quite a while. She hijacked our YouTube editor, constantly. Yeah. So that's all just stuff that she said. Or that was, in here. Which also tells you that, um, some of the blanks are Bao. This is what Redacted lists as the reasons why Nanolis should cancel her ongoing Live 2D commission with me, while continuing to collaborate with me and pretending to be my friend. This is not what friends do. Friends do not sabotage each other out of business opportunities. Friends do not spread lies to fuel selfish narratives. Friends do not use private information that they get from the privilege of being close friends just to manipulate others. 100% agree. Bao is completely correct here. Oh my god. Again, this hurts. This hurts a lot. If If stepping on your friends and abusing your power and connections is how you get to the top, then I hope you realize that no one will be left when you get there. And this is a screenshot of Redacted trying to guilt trip Nano into canceling, with Bao. More screenshots of them urging Nanolist to cancel the ongoing live 2D commission with me, even mentioning how excited I was about when I showed them the design during Cinder and I's WeebCon concert in 2024. I believe this screenshot was also in Nano's post, but just in case, I'll read it. It's short, so don't sell yourself short. I think she'll be fine with taking the design and finding someone else. I wouldn't offer for free, maybe half price if she starts shit, lol. Yeah, you're right. I'll talk to her today. I will also close the model inquiry today, and opening that was a mistake. You know. I wouldn't offer for free, maybe a half price, and she starts shit, lol. I'm glad she actually, quotes the parts she is talking about. That's actually... This is the first serious document I've seen from Bao, so. I don't know what I've ever done to either Redacted or Cinder to deserve this level of vitriol towards me. I don't even remember having an issue or any problem that, could have been resolved by talking. And all of that, those screenshots are from, March of 24. Yeah, March of 24. And, Cinder and Bao have collaborated quite a bit since then. Before, after, and since, like, this hurts. Regarding the messages, where, Cinder and Redacted openly accused me of stealing their YouTube editor, Boss Rush, Boss Rush, music video animator, as well as many artists they've worked with. I don't think I don't think Cinder will tell us it's just beef and just, well, yeah. I don't know. I don't know anymore, guys. Yeah. And then there's this screenshot, which I couldn't read because it was too small. But, let's see if I can do it now. Alright, Bow Management. Hi, Crazer. Nice to meet you. I was watching your stream highlight from me and Cinder's collab, and I really loved your editing style and humor. I was curious if I could request a video edit from you every now and then, if you have any availability. My username is Bow on Discord, if you want to chit-chat more on there. Thanks again. Bow Management. Crazer. Hi, Bow. I'd love to edit a video for you. I just sent a friend request on Discord. Disclaimer, even though Bao did just drop her Discord name, do not just randomly send a friend request to her. Besides, I think Discord might have changed some stuff. But do not just randomly send a friend request to Bao. Just want to get that out there. Because I know sometimes people will, if a content creator drops their name and stuff for, like, a game or something, thousands of fans will immediately try to friend them. I know that because I've done that when I was younger, so that's why I want to put that disclaimer out there. I know you wouldn't, Dark Wolf, but I'm just saying it for people on YouTube. She hijacked our YouTube editor. Their YouTube editor, Crazer is a mutual, channel editor for myself and Cinder. My channel manager, June, and I asked Crazer for one stream highlight per month, as we are aware of his extensive position as Cinder's channel manager. I made a point to note this in my inquiry email to him in 2023. Which, you can see. again, when this goes up on YouTube, I will be linking both Bao and Nano's documents. So when this comes out on YouTube today, as long as I'm done before midnight, um, and if it doesn't take forever to upload, yeah, it will, fuck, I lost my train of thought. You guys will be able to read all this for yourselves. Bao started a call that lasted 5 hours. That's a long ass call. Then again, I've been streaming for 2, so. On March 20th, I started a Discord call that lasted 5 hours to hang out with my editors. In this group call, Kreiser shared with us that he was afraid to ask Sinder for a raise because he initially turned down an exclusivity deal. As a friend to both Sinder and Kreiser, I encouraged him to take the deal and reassured him that it would not change our friendship, as I would never want someone I care about to miss an opportunity, even if it means I would lose him as an editor. The other editors who were in the call can corroborate this. Things are just getting worse for Cinder the more I read on. God damn. I'm sharing this context because there were no words, there are no words to describe the hurt and betrayal I feel now, knowing that on the other side of this conversation, Cinder and Redacted were actively portraying me as a thief and a detriment to their business. I have only ever supported them in their activities and have never once thought that I had somehow gotten on their nerves. And then, yeah. Bao had original songs this year that had music videos by her editor and the songs flopped. That's just fucking rude. And, same screenshot from, same screenshot from Nano, only Bao's name is uncensored. And again, just saying that is fucking rude, especially when, as far as I'm aware, Bao's songs have not flopped. I mean, just... I'm going to open another tab because I do actually kind of want to watch this at the end. But, which one of these is the creator's studio and which one is the actual YouTube? Okay. The only reason I'm not subscribed to her on this channel yet is because, well, now I am. Was, because I hadn't gotten around to following everybody on this channel, but... So, let's, go to... Does she not have a playlist for her music? Oh, no, yeah, she does. Okay. Let's see, let's just go... see. When did the Boss Rush music video come out? Came out a little bit ago, so, let's just go back to... this one. This is an original video. Or this is an original song. Let's see. This was... 7 months ago, I would not call 4,000 or 400,000 views a flop. True, it's less than what Boss Rush made, but I would still not consider this a flop. Original song, 3D music video. For, The Final Blow. Yeah. 140, I would not consider anything less than 1,000 views. Or, I would not consider this a flop. I would not consider this a flop. Granted, yeah, it's not as popular as, Boss Rush or anything like that, but still, I would not consider that a flop. But anyway, um, back to Bao's document. Um, I'm in shock and disbelief that this narrative, or that this narrative, they decided I deserved. Saying that I harbored an invisible jealousy just because my songs flopped made me feel sick to my stomach. It's making me feel sick to my stomach. In late 2024, I was dealing with a debilitating TMJ pain, which just because I actually don't know what that is. TMJ jaw pain, often associated with that. I'm not gonna try to get that word right. Um, yeah, this pain can be caused by a variety of factors: injuries, stress, arthritis, or even teeth grinding and sleep. Okay? It's just pain or comfort in the jaw and surrounding joints. Okay? So during this time, Bao was dealing with that. That resulted in me having to drain fluid from my jaw joint to open my mouth properly. They both knew this. I have always wanted my friends to succeed alongside me, and I didn't know they could say these things while simultaneously weaponizing my most vulnerable moments against me. That. Gosh. This is fucking. Um, we're 99% sure she told him, Sakamore, to not do any more videos with us. Again, so this one is from Nano's document. However, this one has a little bit more context because, I believe Nano cut it off right here after she says, okay, that's super weird. This one has, the actual, full, a link to the tweet. Unfortunately, we can't actually do it. After I finish up 2 more comms for peeps, I'll be shutting down my comms forever and editing anonymously in-house for Bao. Freelance has been fun, and I gotta work with a lot of people, but I'm putting myself and Bao content as my priorities for the future. Okay? That was sent by Sakamore, her editor. Anonymously in-house, as in will never be credited publicly, so no one knows who does this work for Bao. Oh, it's literally it, lol. This literally reads like a hostage note. I asked it to be anonymous since I'd like to separate from being known as a freelancer. No one does this. No one decides this on their own. This was 2 weeks after after Boss Rush came out. Yeah, that's pretty weird. Actually, people do that. People do actually do that. I can think of a lot of reasons why someone would want to be an anonymous in-house editor for a famous VTuber when closing up their freelance commissions. Because by doing working with a very popular VTuber or content creator in general, you open yourself up to a lot of spam and people wanting to commission you and stuff like that. So I can understand why he'd want to be an anonymous in-house editor. I can understand that completely. In these messages, Cinder and Redacted are referring to my animator, Sakamore, whom I've been working with since 2023. Here's Zach. Zach, not Zach. The beginning of their history. Hi, I'm going to bed, but give me your rates and a turnaround time for a video. Like the Bad Experience one, me and my editors loved it. Yo, all good. Proof of how long we've worked together. Yeah, that is, oh, fuck, what is the 8th month again? August. August. That is August 29th, 2023. So, yeah, they've been working together since, mid to late 2023. In 2024, Sack asked me if he could go completely exclusive for me and work for me in-house with no credit in order for him to work quietly on personal projects and brand without having VTubers ask him for more commission work. That's exactly what I was saying. That is a completely justifiable reason for, not wanting to be credited. That makes sense. I was happy to accept. I want to reiterate, this was Sack's decision and no one else's. Here is proof of Sack mentioning he wishes to be my in-house animator, and directly to my channel manager, June, Beepus, back in December 2024, refuting Redacted's claims that I locked him up due to, Boss Rush's success. So, let's read this. Sack, is it fine going forward if, I don't be credited in video descriptions? Okay. Thank you. I just much rather be more of an in-house type of thing for Bao after this blank thing is done. It's the last commission I ever do for anyone besides Bao, and I wanted to make a name for myself through my own content, not really, my work for others this year. Which is totally fine. Like, that makes sense. Why aren't you resolving this privately? Let's see. If you look at the events from Nano's document, some of those messages date back years. I found out about this less than 48 hours ago, and they did not give me the common courtesy of talking to me privately about this over those years. My thoughts, feelings, my most vulnerable, darkest moments, I've shared in confidence with people that I thought would be by my side years and years from now. May have been used as inspiration or as information to ruin my chances to have the same VTuber model as someone I thought was my friend. And I don't know how I can ever be the same after this. I would like to ask the community to refrain from spreading any harmful speculation. Everything in this document, or everything shared in this document, was done with the express permission of those who shared it with me. I made this document with the intent to refute the claims made about me in screenshots. Thank you for taking the time to read this. Like, this hurts. This genuinely hurts so fucking much. Like, I like Bao. I occasionally watch her streams. I wouldn't call myself, a, Bowel buddy. But I'll occasionally watch her stuff. I like her. And hearing that this is how she's been treated is fucking disgusting. And yes, I know, it is primarily red. But Cinder isn't... She's not innocent in this either. Look at everything. She can't be innocent. This hurts so much. And... Notification... Let's see. Is that? Oh, that's Numi virus. Let's see what some other VTubers are. Oh shit. Let's read some of the comments here. I'm not trying to be a commentary like false eye. I'm just to be done so wrong by someone you loved and supported and shared so many moments with is incredibly hard. We love you so freaking much, and we will always be here with you. Bye, Shy Lily. And then, yeah, we have Camilla. Just view all those mean things about you, then collab with you the next day, like nothing was going on, is so beyond disrespectful. So sorry to um Nano and so sorry to Nano and Bao. You both deserve the world. I feel like this is going to kill me, knowing how much Numi loves Cinder. This is reading. This is gonna hurt as well. I can't wrap my head around this. I feel betrayed and so hurt, knowing that someone that could be so kind and then turn around and be so evil in the same breath. I don't know what else to say to you besides I'm sorry, and I will always be here for you. That hurts so much because I think we all know how much Numi absolutely loves Cinder. And this is going to change the VTuber community, at least the indie sphere. This is going to, no matter if it turns out Cinder is completely innocent or not, this is going to negatively destroy the indie VTuber sphere. Now we have. I did not mean to highlight everything. I have my computer on my lap, so you have Yuzu, Cha Cha, Buff Pup. I do not know who Annie is, but Amelie. She's very fucking big. And we have a Tricky. Like, imagine how much this hurts for Tricky, Vienna, and Numi. Hearing that someone they thought, was their friend, someone they considered a friend, and, partnered with, and fuck, again, even Tricky and Vienna. Tricky, Vienna, and Cinder are Boss Rush. That is their music group. Imagine how much that fucking hurts for them. And there is actually a reply to, oh, she just replied to herself. Like, this is... And Yoshi, Cinder's model sister. Matara, Lucy, Shoto. Like, Demi, even. This... This comment from Lotus kind of sums it up a little bit. Nothing's worse than being blindsided by what you believed was your friend. I'm so sorry for both of you. That kind of sums us up. And Sayu. I didn't know Sayu had something this happen. Fucking even Nana Banana is, is, oh my god. Yeah, this... So, really quickly, we're gonna end this with, with Cotton addressing the situation, um, by, Tetsubuki-san. But first, we're gonna scroll through a little bit of this. Okay, this has nothing to do with that, because this was 10 months ago. Yeah, this is... Exactly. Even if she wasn't fully guilty, it doesn't matter. Because, as, Salvi the Blue Squirrel here says, this basically just nuked her career. This title is... Yeah. Yeah. So, I'm playing this because Cotton is echoing how I feel.
Hello. Can you guys hear me? Hello.
I'm going to turn on
Hi.
captions.
Hello,
Like I always
darling.
try to do.
Hey. Hi. I can't hear anything. We're gonna Minecraft today.
Flint and steel.
Flint and steel. Mother. Hi, sweetheart. Hey, I'm going to get this out of the way currently. Hey, what's up, guys? If you are a part of the Minecraft community, no, if not Minecraft, if you are a part of the VTuber community, lots happened last night. It's not the Minecraft community for once, guys. Believe it or not, it's not the Minecraft community.
You can hear her, right?
Bad things happened. Good people did bad thing. Hopefully good people did bad thing happen. Anyways, if you're not familiar, check out Nanoliss's Twitter. We're just gonna address it right now because I don't really want to. I don't want to keep talking about it. Yeah. What's the Interstellar? Oh, this is just my sleep playlist. I actually can't hear it right now. I don't know why I can't hear the music. I've tried rerouting my music and I tried unplugging my headset and it's just not working. So, I'm placing blocks and stuff because I'm in freaking Minecraft. I'm very excited
Hi, beautiful.
to play Minecraft
yeah, a lot
today.
has happened.
Anyways,
Don't let it get you down, hon. Take your time.
I don't think we need to ban anybody, but let's just talk about it. Someone I really looked up to and considered my friend is, I guess, blinded by jealousy and a little bit of, I think, insecurity and the thought that there's not enough seats at the table. And yeah,
Hey, Cotton! I'm glad to be subbed for 6 months and hope for many more. You're an incredibly funny, wonderful
Thank you.
person. Hope you have better days moving forward despite everything that's happened. CT of a heart.
I can't hear right now. I gotta keep it real. Thank you. I can't hear the TTS. I gotta keep it real with you. But yeah, I was targeted by my friend, and I was did not expect TTS. You're so fine, don't you worry. I was not expecting that from a friend, someone I really looked up to, and it sucks. And it sucks. Sorry, but
Wait. I just noticed... Go back maybe one more second. She... You see that line, right? Where she said she was targeted by a friend. I did not catch that in my original. That basically confirms that Cotton was one of the, censored names. That literally says right there, Cotton was one of the censored names.
And I was kind of did not expect TTS. You're so fine, don't you worry. I was not expecting that from a friend, someone I really looked up to, and it sucks. And it sucks. Sorry, but I don't want people to be like, oh, so there's one big VTuber who's not necessarily the best. So that means all of them are not the best, and that means I need to have my guard up, and that means this, and that means that. Don't let it be that. There's so many awesome people in this community, and there's obviously going to be bad people in every community. So don't just be like, this is just VTubers, or, oh, this is just streamers, or whatever. So yeah, I'm tired of it too. What's going on? Lots happened last night. Can I be completely honest with you guys? I wasn't going to stream this. I was going to cancel on Block Wars, but I already agreed. And just because I have a team that is relying on me, I am here.
Cotton,
So
you were the I ever watched. I lurk and don't post, but you're so sweet.
Thank you.
funny, and the best. Just wanted to let you know.
that makes me really happy. Thank you very much, Nolan. So it's kind of tough.
CTV Heart,
It's
CTV
like,
Heart, CTV Heart, CTV Heart.
yeah, check Nanolist's Twitter. I don't really want to state anything. I don't want to regurgitate information that you guys can find firsthand. And, I might say something wrong or leave details out that are important. So just make sure to check out Nanolist's and Bao VTubers' Twitters. We're just talking about this right now. I was affected a little bit by this,
girl, you're awesome.
but thank you so much. It's not anything in comparison to what they had to deal with, Nanolist and Bao. So, sorry. It's like, I feel for them so bad. And again, I don't want anybody to be sending hate to anybody. That's not necessary. I don't want you guys to be, scared to make connections if you're a streamer. I don't want you guys to be scared to watch people if you're a viewer. It's scary. Yeah, Spite as well. Spite got affected as well. There's a lot going on. I don't want to regurgitate wrong information, so I'm not going to be saying it. I just wanted to address things right out of the bat so we can try to have a really good time today. Yeah, it hurts. It hurts. But yeah, exactly. Don't spread hate. Keep making friends and just try to be positive. Yeah, it hurt me too. I didn't sleep very well and I'm feeling kind of sick. So I'm so tired, boss. Me too, man. I'm tired, man. But it's okay. It's okay. There's a lot of good people out there. And I promise that, sometimes good people do bad things and they get blinded by greed or insecurity and they just feel the need to do things that they normally wouldn't. And so, if you're ever in a sort of situation like that, I just hope that you don't target people around you and maybe get some help, and look internally to see why you feel the need to do that for others. So anyways, I'm sorry, I'm a little tired and I'm sick and I gotta do this stream because I have a team waiting on me. So we're gonna be doing it. But yeah, let's do this, team. Let's have a good time. Manifesting positive vibes. Okay, let's all have a
Yeah, I'm tired. This has been so hard for me. Like, I just found out about this. Stream's been going for 2 hours, 40 minutes, so I found out maybe 3 hours ago. And It was by this exact video coming across my YouTube recommended. I don't know how to feel anymore. Knowing that someone I looked up to, someone who inspired me to do this, has hurt so many people like this. Um, what I'm gonna do now is I'm going to